Welcome back, part 3. In this part, we will be looking at the concept of present value and net present value. First of all, we will be asking when we need this concept. Second, what this concept is all about. Third, how this concept is related to the decision makings that we have done before. So let's get to our screen shares. Okay, one of the problems with marginal analysis, yes, we don't do 10 units of consumption or production in one shot. We do it gradually, i.e. at the margin, i.e. unit by unit. This type of analysis is good if the 10 units that we want to consume or produce are consumed over a period of time that we consider one period of time. For example, we consume these 10 units in a span of, say, 1 month, and that's our observed unit. But what happens if we want to observe this production activity over a longer period of time? Then the concept of marginal analysis becomes ineffective. When we observe economic behavior over a longer period of time, then we call it the analysis of present value or net present value. Okay? Now, let us start with a simple question. How much is a 1000 taka note worth? This is the highest note in Bangladesh. Okay? So it's written here that it's 1000 taka. Now, my question is it worth 1000 taka? The way I'm framing the question, you might get an inkling that it may be worth 1000, it may not be worth 1000. If we are going to spend this money right now, in this particular time period, then this 1000 taka is worth 1000 taka. Now let us assume that you have to go to your class 10 times a week and you have to travel by bus. Each time an up-down bus fares are 100 taka. So you pay 100 taka for a return journey. And in 1 week, you are traveling 10 times. So how much is this 1000 taka now worth at the beginning of the week? It's not worth 1000 taka because today on a single trip, you will be spending only 100 taka of it. So although we have 1000 taka in our pocket, this is not worth 1000 taka right now. It's worth only 100 taka, 10% of its weight, 10% of the value that's written on the piece of paper. So present value, if we look at the slides now, what is the present value of taka 100? If it is going to be spent over, say, 5 time periods equally, at the beginning of this period, it's worth 20 taka. In each period, 100 taka is worth 20 taka. How? If 100 taka is going to be spent now, its value is 100 taka. Just like I said, if we spend the 1000 taka note right now, it will be 1000 taka. But if we are going to spend it over a number of periods, then it's no longer worth 100 or 1000. We will spend some of taka 100 today and remainder over time. So to 100 taka note or 1000 taka note cannot be worth its face value if we are doing like this. Now, when we use the word count, we are biologically programmed to count from a small value and slowly add something. In accounting science or in money science, this is known as accounting. Accounting means we are adding towards the count. We can do the reverse thing as well. We can start with 1000 taka and in every time period we can deduct 100 taka. By doing this, we are actually doing the opposite of what we are programmed to define as counting. We are discounting. That means we are starting with a large value and gradually deducting a particular amount from that large value. This in accounting sciences is known as discounting. Now, if we have two periods, say period 1 and period 2, we have 100 taka in our hand and we are going to discount at the same rate, then 100 taka today is worth 50 taka, 100 taka tomorrow is worth 50 taka. We have 100 taka, we need 50 taka each day for the bus fare. We will be spending this amount over two periods of time in equal amounts. So now and then, so two time periods, now and then. Then equal for simplicity, then 100 taka is now worth taka 50 today in period one, taka 50 again tomorrow in period two. So what is the discount rate? Discount rate is the rate at which we discount in each period. For simplicity, the same rate for each period. So if a discount rate of taka 100 is say 5%, we start with taka 100 in period one, it's worth taka 5. We discount it, we go to period two now, we start with taka 95. Still 95 is worth taka 5 to us because we are going to discount 5 taka more. Okay. Then this is to introduce what we mean by discounting rate. Now, what about net present value? The moment we use the word net, we are indicating that we are subtracting something from something. Again, let's go that any economic activity in the last two classes we said to get a benefit, we must pay a price. So far, the benefits were marginal benefit and marginal cost. We were looking at them in a single period of time. If we observe the stream of benefits over time, we must then also observe the stream of costs over time. So the decision rule is if the net present value is positive, we go for the activity. I.e., if this project is going to last for 5 years, this is the stream of benefits I'll get over 5 years. This is the stream of costs I will have to incur over the 5 years. So if I see, just like marginal benefit and marginal cost, my stream of benefits over time, the 5 periods, is greater than the stream of costs over time, the five periods, then my net present value is positive. I go for the thing. Okay? And over here, although this is not in our topic 3, but just to introduce it, we are looking at a demand schedule, which is table 3.1. Yes, it's in pages 64 to 72. The demand schedule means just a table. Okay, table is nothing but what it is doing. It on one column it's showing the price, that must be one axis. And in the last class, we said that axis will be the vertical axis, the independent variable. On the next column, we are seeing a quantity purchased in period of time. In this case, gallons per week. This will be the horizontal axis. So in the last week, we established that in economics, the dependent variable will be on the horizontal axis. The independent variable will be on the vertical axis, which was the Alfred Marshall's convention. Okay, we don't need to do this one right now. The only three things that we need to keep in mind is we have three targets. Number one, if we know the characteristics of our consumers, i.e., what type of family they belong to, what type of social background they belong to, how many people do they have in the house, do they have a car in the house. Once we know these characteristics, we can target a particular group of customers. Second, switching costs. What are switching costs? Switching costs are if a new technology is going to be implemented. Suppose we want to implement battery-driven cars in Dhaka city, and and definitely they're eco-friendly, etc., etc. Okay, they're not going to pollute the air. Although there is a debate on what you will do with the batteries after they finish. Okay, so you are a firm who wants to market this type of particular cars. Now, those who don't have a car, you can easily attract them. But those who already do have a car, they have a switching cost. How do you attract them? Number three, how do you position the good? That means this good can be consumed by different types of people, different groups of people, the targeting people. Okay, the targets that we have, how do I position it to a particular group? I.e., if I'm targeting a high income group, how do I position it to them? If I'm targeting a middle income group, how do I position this group, my product to them? If I'm targeting a low income group, how am I positioning my commodity to them? These are things that we are going to discuss during the class. So we finish topic 3 over here. I'll look forward to you all later. Bye.